Hey everybody, it's me again, and today I'm going to be doing some sketches of what is commonly referred to as Baby Yoda, and also talking a little bit about the new Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian. So, first of all, I do want to say just quickly this first sketch is not my favourite. It is literally the first sketch that I did of Baby Yoda, and I felt that it was worth putting in here just to show the process. I did try to end up fixing it a little bit in with the liquify tool later in the piece, which you'll see. But yeah, it's really a lot of mistakes in it, a lot to learn from, and that's kind of the reason why I put it in here. Because sometimes you do a sketch and it doesn't turn out great, but you learn a lot from it. And in the next sketch that I do, I think you'll see that there's a lot to be learnt from that and how that all turned out. But onto a lighter note, the Mandalorian TV show I thought was really it really surprised me. It surprised me in how engaging it was. I'm not the biggest authority on speaking for Star Wars, as I'm not a long-time fan like a lot of other people are. As a kid, I didn't watch it. I think I watched one episode, uh, episode two, and fell asleep halfway through it as a kid. So it really wasn't my thing as a kid. But as an adult, I watched it due to pop culture reference and got a better appreciation from it. And I think part of that was really from watching it right from episode four through to episode six, through to episode one, through to episode three. Um, really got a better grasp of the storyline. Watching it, just a random one in the middle there, really, it was lost on me. But now I do have a greater appreciation for it. I haven't delved into a lot of the other media, like, the Clone Wars and the comics and things like that. So this one, The Mandalorian, felt a lot like original Star Wars. So the last three movies that come out, I haven't seen the last one, so I haven't seen number nine, but seven and eight felt a lot different from the Star Wars that I got used to with four till three. Four till six, and then one till three. One to three was still different from four to six, but nonetheless, this one really felt like homage to the original trilogy, which is really nice. And yeah, it was just nice to see. It was much more engaging than I expected it to be. Um, Baby Yoda is probably the biggest asset of it, but it was really good to see the whole lore behind the Mandalorian, their society, and things like that, which I hadn't seen much of before. It's probably in other media, I don't know, but it was really good seeing that expanded, and it felt like it was a show that took the smallest parts of the world and just really expanded on it a lot more. This is where I go crazy with the liquify tool, so you're going to see some weird things here. But yeah, this is almost finished and we'll be almost on to the next drawing. So, as I said before, I did learn a lot from the first drawing, and I tried to apply what I'd learned in this second sketch. So, first thing that I did was I chose a little bit more of an interesting pose for two reasons. One, because it's more interesting, and two, because I just wanted to learn a little bit more about the form, Yoda's form. So, I've picked a more dynamic pose, as dynamic as Baby Yoda can be, because he doesn't move around a lot. He doesn't really have action poses or anything, but this is definitely a more interesting look, just looking up away from the camera. I did notice that having it just line work, I wasn't really capturing him, so I really did need to add in the shadows. The reference that I took was a very shaded shot, so there was not a lot of detail in those shaded areas. So adding those dark areas really brought it to life. You will see later on here as well that I do go in with a little bit of color correction because it just wasn't really standing out enough to me. So turning him a little bit more blue and the background more vibrant, I think really worked. And lastly, we've got the last sketch that I did. I actually did not use a reference for this. So I took what I learnt from the first two and decided to try to sketch it from my mind. I tried to change up the facial features a little bit as well. Well, not the features, but just the expression, just to give it a little bit of a difference from the other two. But I did really like the way this one's turned out. I've gone again with the darker one side, a very shaded look. I think that worked really well in my last one, and I tried to apply it here with this one. I'm not sure if it worked quite as well with this one, but I think it's still better than just line art, and I really like that stark difference, the really contrasting colours. But guys, tell me what you guys think in the comments. If you like this video, subscribe, hit the like button. Tell me what you want to see more of. Tell me what I can do better. I will try my best. Thanks.